let's get started. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 36 of PTZOptics Live. I have with me the CEO of DaCast, Stephan Roulland. How are you doing today?
Very well, Paul. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I want to talk a little bit about our charitable giving that we've been doing for the past 2 months. As you know, every PTZOptics show we donate to charity, and it's a great turnout. In fact, we actually figured out how to actually accept donations right through our live stream and all of our videos. So I wanted to explain a little bit how this works, and then we'll get right into the show. So every single show, it starts with a $20 donation. Then we add $1 for every single like that we got on our live show, and then we add $2 for every subscriber, and then if we depending on the amount of viewers that we get during our live show, we add that in as well. So a maximum of $250 that we split up between 5 charities. So our primary charity is the Susquehanna Valley CASA, court-appointed special advocates. They help children in need, children who might be in the court system, their families might have left them overnight, and they need help from a special advocacy program such as the CASA. There are CASAs all across the country, so we're going to be donating to the Louisiana CASA. They had a lot of flooding this year and want to be able to help them out as well. So the charity program has just been doing wonderfully. So far, we've actually donated, this needs to be updated, $10,300 to charity. So it's been wonderful. I want to briefly talk about our calendar for the year. So today is September 2nd. Can you believe that? So we're interviewing DaCast, but next Friday we're interviewing Video Guys. They are going to be talking about a new streaming appliance from Matrox called the LCS. Really great for lecture capture. The next Friday, which would be I'm reading this so small, I think it's the 16th, we will be we're working with churchstreaming.tv, and they're right before the Worship FX show. So the WFX 2016, the world's largest worship facility show, which we will be exhibiting at. And then finally, the next show, we're going to be talking with Marty McFadden. You might know him from BTS Live. He has ties with ESPN. And he's going to be talking about a video summit in Leipzig, Germany, where they're going to be using PTZOptics cameras to remotely live stream the entire show. So without further ado, let's get to know Stephan Roulland. How are you doing, Stephan? Thanks for calling in all the way from California.
Absolutely, from San Francisco. Very well.
Cool area out there in San Francisco. So let's see. I have 8 topics here. I'm going to talk to you about your active broadcasters. I know you have a very active community of broadcasters on DaCast. I'm going to ask you a little bit about the platform, the CDNs that you work with, the white labeling platform opportunities, the paywall, which I know a lot of people are interested about. How can I monetize my content, my live streams? Your public RestFul API, that's something new. I don't really know what that is. I'm excited to hear about that. Your scheduled playlists, and your 24/7 support. So let's start with your active broadcasters.
Yeah, thank you for giving me an opportunity, Paul. Actually, we have a community of 75,000 people who have signed up and used our platform. Amongst those 75 people, we have a community of average 5,000-6,000 broadcasters using it on a day-to-day basis and paying for it. And the reason of that is because DaCast is a SaaS platform. So basically, you can you have no commitment. You can sign up, you can use it, you can have your event, you can leave, and you can come back later. So yeah, I would say we have one of the largest broadcaster community using our platform, and about 40% of those, 45 are companies or professional broadcaster from United States of America. But the rest of the users of professional using our platform are from all over the world, and except a country like Iran or China or North Korea, basically there is every other country in the world, and I have to admit that I discovered countries I didn't know before.
Well, and it's such a fast-growing industry. That's not even hard to believe, and it's a great platform. We're going to take a look at it. Explain a little bit about your platform and what makes it different from, let's say, the other ones out there.
I would say by the ease of use and the self-provisioning. Basically, when you start with Cast, you sign up, and in, let's say, 15 seconds, you have access to the platform. And it's not like regular platform where you have to contact a salesperson, when you have to have this functionality. No, basically from scratch, you have access to absolutely everything. And we don't charge you. Everything is free. The only thing we will charge you for is for the usage of it. And as I mentioned, it's self-provisioning. So basically, it's based on your consumption. Everything is automated, and you are in the control. You decide what you want, and it's not a sales rep or any other consultant from outside is going to push you some different product. Basically, you have access to everything from scratch from the beginning. Of course, everything is white label, and we provide every functionalities from live streaming to pay-per-view to encoding player and everything. But we may talk about that later.
Cool. And tell us about your top tier CDNs that you work with, and tell us, what is the difference between a top tier CDN and YouTube or Facebook? There's got to be a big difference, right?
Yes. Basically, YouTube is a platform, like DaCast is a platform, and we do not operate the network. We use the network. So a CDN is content delivery network. That's the infrastructure they're going to use to deliver the stream. And there are different kind of quality among them. There's like the most famous one is his name. It's Akamai. That's our primary network that we use, and we use also HCAT, which is now Verizon. And the specialty of the Cast means we sit directly on the CDN. There is no intermediary layer, and that gives us a huge scalability. Basically, we are as strong as the CDNs are, which is not the case of most of the other platforms. And we have experienced already streams with simultaneous between 1 and 2 million people reaching our platform and streaming, asking for a stream immediately. And that's extremely rare, and I do not know a lot of other significant platforms able to do that.
Yes, I know. One of the live streamers I watch very often is Tom Sinclair, the Streaming Idiots. And I know he uses your platform not only because it's so affordable, but I know that he has viewers all around the world. And one of the things I've noticed is that he will change his bit rate and his resolution so that people from all around the world can watch his show. And maybe we can talk about him in a little bit, but let's stay on topic here. What is a white labeling platform? Because that's something Tom was telling me about. He wants to control the experience that people get when they view his live show.
Yeah. So that's some people ask me what exactly DaCast does, and it's technical, so it's not very easy to explain. And the way I found the easiest way to explain it is, let's say you have a content that has value. Premium content. You're a sport organization, you're a university, you're in the entertainment. So basically, you make money with your content. If you do so, then you do not want to put your content on YouTube, because if you put your content on YouTube or Dailymotion or any other platform, then you lose the control of your content because give the right to YouTube or Dailymotion to do what they want with that. And usually they put a big, nice ad before the content. And if you want to monetize your content, it's not possible. They monetize. So the other options is basically before DaCast was to go to the CDN, the technical platform. It's very expensive. You need to be very good technically, and they are going to ask you very strong commitment and everything. So it's because we have seen this huge discrepancy that this big gap between the B2C like consumer style for YouTube users and the very high-end big company who are capable to control and set up a whole CDN by themselves. That in between there is nothing for normal organization. And I can tell you, most of our customers, they are like a sport organization, a lot of faith organization, a lot of governmental organization, since now regulation asks to the government to stream a lot of things. So those are our most of our customers. And we also, because we are big enough now, also a lot of local resellers. So they provide streaming services to local organizations, and then they are going to find their bandwidth and their streaming platform somewhere. And since we are one of the most competitive one and provide all the service from beginning to the end, then they naturally go to us.
Interesting. That makes a lot of sense to me. And this next topic is something that I'm personally really interested in. Now, all of our live shows are free because they're promotional. We're just trying to tell people about our products, tell people about DaCast, tell people about other things. But more and more, I'm learning that our customers are dying to monetize their content for their customers, for themselves. Tell us some examples of what you can do with your paywall and people that are using it and monetizing their live shows.
So you're absolutely right, Paul. There are two ways to monetize the video content. The first way is by video advertisement, and that already exploded about, I would say since 2008, 2009, really boom. And we provide such capability. If you have your video advertisement, then we'll plug that. There is a format called VAST, V-A-S-T, and we have VAST capable. So you can totally plug your video advertisement to our platform and make money with that. The other thing is actually an innovation that DaCast brought to the market in 2010. It's the pay-per-view. So before we've launched that solution, the pay-per-view solution was a system where you have to log on to a website with login and password, and then you go online, you pay, then you're going to have your password, then unlock a page, and then you can watch your content from this page. That was before. Now, for now, the last 6 years, DaCast has developed a technology. We don't pretend we're the only one now, but we have been the first one to develop that. Actually, the paying solution is in the player. So with DaCast, you can open an account, 15 seconds. You can start your stream, 5 minutes maximum. And you can add a pay-per-view solution in it, and it is going to take you an extra 30 seconds. And basically what it's going to do is your viewers, so people who want to see your show, they are going to go to your home page or the page you want them to be, and they will click on the play button, and they will say, okay, this show is paying. It's $5 for 2 hours. So you're going to be requested to put your credit card information, or PayPal, because you can pay credit card information or PayPal, wherever you want around the world. You're going to put your credit card information or your PayPal information, click apply, and then you watch it, and that's all. And we are not dealing with the major leagues of baseball or NBA, because those rights are already locked by Comcast or by big network. But you have all the minor league second networks,
Yeah.
And those ones, they have nothing. And it's very difficult for them. So there's plenty of things like that go through us, like car racing, sorry. Softball, we have streamed and monetized the softball world competition, and same with the ultimate frisbee and hockey league, but not the American one, the Irish one. But there's a lot of Irish people who wants to watch that in the US, and soccer game, but from other country. And I can tell you, there is a huge need of that.
Definitely.
And that brings more money than the video advertisements.
And we have so many customers who are kind of in that same boat where, they need to monetize their content in order to purchase a pan tilt zoom camera. They need to. In fact, Tom Sinclair has a great way of putting it where there's these tiers. Tier 1 is all the kids on Blab or the little live streaming from their grandma's laptop. And then tier 2 is someone who's starting to, really get a following and starting to get great. And then tier 3 is where people are saying, wow, I'm starting to make more money than I'm investing in new equipment. And then tier 4, that's the people who are saying, all right, well, I'm willing to actually write a check with a comma in it, for equipment, for microphones, for cameras. And that's where we start talking to these, D3 colleges, or like you said, ultimate frisbee leagues. Like, you'd be surprised if they can just charge $1 or $2 to an audience of 1,000 people, how much value that brings to their organization. So I'm glad that you're providing what looks like an extremely affordable product. That also allows these simple integrations, such as allowing people to, collect money for what their content they're producing. So let's keep going here. We've only got 3 minutes left. The paywall. Tell us. Or no, sorry, we talked about that. The public RESTful API.
Okay, so I'm going to try to be as brief as possible with our 3 minutes. So the public API give the possibility to broadcasters or service providers to do exactly the same thing that DaCast does. Meaning, it will be a copy of DaCast. They can do that in their own country, where we are not. Everyone speak like English, but we don't speak Spanish, for example. And we have a lot of Spanish customers. And we know there's a lot of service provider in Mexico, for example, who have customers asking for live streaming or VOD services. And those customers don't want to deal with an American organization. They want to deal with a local organization. So for free, we provide this public RESTful public API, and then can build very quickly their old copy of DaCast.
Very interesting. Thank you for staying brief, because we've only got about 1.5 minutes left. Tell us about your scheduled playlist. This sounds interesting. Sounds like what we're doing with our 24/7 live streaming.
Yeah, basically, it's if you want to create your own web TV station, you can take your programs and put them in the order you want, and then that creates a scheduled playlist, and you can have your own web TV or TV station running 24/7 or whatever length you would like.
Wonderful. That's an easy one. Thanks for keeping it quick, because we're about out of time, and I want to ask you about this 24/7 support. Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. And we have been the first one providing a real 24/7 support. And by saying real one, mean it's real people, and we have a team of 7 people making sure they are going to answer your phone call, they are going to answer the emails, and they are going to answer the chats any moment of the day of the week. And that makes a huge difference, because we all know that streaming is not always very easy.
Wow. That is cool. Yes, there's always issues, and sometimes you just need someone to talk to. It might not be anything wrong with the cast. You just need someone to walk you through it who knows what you're talking about. And trust me, we do it here at PTZOptics all the time. Let's roll the credits. Hang out for me for a little bit. We're going to do the post-show and answer the questions. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, welcome back everybody to the post show of episode 36. I can't believe we've been to 36 episodes so far. We're speaking with Stephan Roulland, who is the CEO of DaCast, and we're answering some questions here. Looks like we have one here just about basic integrations. Looks like someone's asking, a lot of their customers that they work with Wirecast, and they're wondering, it's just basically an RTSP stream, so whether it's Wirecast or vMix or a TriCaster, it really shouldn't matter, right?
No, absolutely it doesn't matter. Actually, we are already integrated with not all the encoding company, but with many of them. So basically, when you're going to buy an encoder, you will find DaCast in their menu, in the drop-down menu.
Yes.
So that makes things easier. And but you can have any other piece of equipment that shouldn't be any problem. We just need that you send to your stream an RTMP stream, to our network an RTMP stream.
So here's a question coming in from one of our integrators. They're talking about your API. Do you have a program where you work with integrators so that they can resell your product?
We are a SaaS platform, meaning we don't go after the customers. We provide a big platform where the partner and the customers come to us and pick up what they want from what we offer. One of the things we are just launching, and I'm very happy to be part of this show to announce that, is RestFul API, which is very, very strong and powerful, and give the possibility to any service provider to make a copy of DaCast to their own, under their own look and feel and brand. So DaCast would not appear anywhere. So that can be, a German company who wants to provide DaCast capability to the German country. As I was mentioning during the show, we don't speak Spanish, but we have a lot of Spanish customers, and we know that a lot of Spanish integrators need a solution for streaming and live streaming. And with this API that we provide for free, they can start their own services under their own brand very quickly.
So it looks like someone's asking about the resolutions that you support. Can you tell me what resolutions do you go all the way up to 4K? Do you do 1080p 60, or are you just doing 1080p 30? How does the resolutions that people are allowed to stream at?
Actually, resolution-wise, we do not have any limitation. The limitation will be basically your equipment, the network. But since we're working on the best network in the world, there is no limitation. The limitation will be your ability to send the stream and so the upload to our network. And the other limitation will be the limitation of your viewers. Because if you provide a 5 megabit per second stream, you're going to have a lot of viewers who are going to not have the bandwidth, the connection to watch it. But with DaCast, you can define the resolution.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. What else are we seeing here? I'm a big fan, by the way. That was what it was. So do you support adaptive bitrate streaming? Kind of a personal question for me. So does everyone have to receive the resolution that is being sent, or can it actually be adaptive and sent to different resolutions to the end users?
Actually, we provide adaptive bitrate. Basically, it means you define the different bitrates you want your stream to be sent, and the viewer is going to receive the highest bitrate that his connection allow him to watch.
Yes.
So everyone is happy with this functionality, and I agree with you. That is something that is necessary today.
One of the things I wanted to show, and one of the things I think is so great about your company, is you have an amazing blog, by the way. Your blog is always coming up in my searches when I'm looking for something specific. In fact, when I was doing my history of live streaming episode, you were one of the only people who had a blog about the history of live streaming. So the blog here, everyone, just so you know, is wonderful. They are always posting new articles about live streaming, and they've got great stuff here. So kudos to you, Stephan, and your team there.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. They will appreciate that.
And you guys are for all kinds. Now, maybe I'm just, I'm always searching for strange things and you're always popping up. But I mean, it can't just be me. You guys are always have content out there and it's helpful stuff. So you obviously have people who care about what they're writing about. 24/7 live support. Really? Wow. That's awesome. I'm just trying to think what else. One of the questions that I know some of our international people are going to ask about, and you mentioned you speak English, you don't speak Spanish. Do you have any integrations with automatic translations for your back end so that people can view your product in other languages, or would they have to rely on something like Google Translate? Looks like Stephan. There he is.
But that's part. No.
Stephan, it looks like your internet connection is running a little low, which is completely understandable.
I can hear you.
Let me just check here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think your internet connection's a little unstable. We got through the whole show, so that's not a big deal. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stephan, if you're coming back, I think it looks like you got a little unstable internet. Can you tell people how to reach you, or I can do that for you? You can reach them at DaCast.com, DACAST.com. They have a chat there. They have an 1-800 number. It's very easy to reach them. Looks like we just lost them. Usually Zoom is really good. We use Zoom, by the way, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our next episode next Friday, going over the Matrox LCS. And then the following Friday, going over the Worship, House of Worship WFX show with churchstreaming.tv. And then the next show, finally, will be with Marty McFadden from BTS Live, former ESPN announcer, who's going to be going over, he is going to be going over the Leipzig, Germany video. Look like you're back, Stephan. I wrapped up the show already, but thanks so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Ciao.
I was sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.